Welcome back, students. As you learnt about the different parts of computer in previous presentation, here I am going to continue from the parts of computer. In this lesson there is one more objective where you are going to learn the basic parts of computer. You can see in the picture given there are different kind of parts of computer like printer, monitor, CPU, speaker, keyboard, mouse. So these all are the basic parts. Now let us learn about the each part one by one. So let us go to the next slide to learn the first part of computer. The first basic part of computer is keyboard. As you all know, students, keyboard is used for typing. You all can see keyboards in your mobile screen also. There will be a keyboard to type letters, numbers and special characters. In same way, in computer also there is keyboard, which is called input device. What for we use keyboard? Keyboards are used to type the data and instruction into computer. If you want to give any kind of command, we use keyboard. Through keyboard, we can give inputs to computer. The commonly used keyboard has 104 keys. You all can count the keys in the keyboard given in the picture. This is a common keyboard which will be having 104 keys, and these keys are divided into different kind of keys. So here they have given which can be divided into many groups. Like there are alphabet keys in your keyboard, there are number keys which are called numerical keys, and there are some special keys also. So there are different kind of keys in a keyboard. Alpha keys, alpha numerical keys, special keys, and there are different kind of a shortcut keys which are called function keys. So these are the three types of keys in the keyboard. Keyboard is basically used for typing the text or giving any kind of command. Now let us go to the next slide to learn the next part of computer. The next part of computer is a monitor. You all can see in the picture shown on screen. This is called monitor. It looks like TV. Students, you all might be having a television in your home. It looks as it is. A monitor looks like TV screen. It displays the work that we do on computer. It also displays the result and movement of mouse. If I am moving a mouse, that movement will be shown on the screen in monitor. Pointer on the screen. Monitor also known as VDU, Visual Display Unit. The information what we see on monitor is called soft copy. There are three different types of monitors. So this was the basic one. Now let us go to the next slide to learn the different types of monitors. This is the first type of monitor, that is called CRT. You all can see. It is called cathode rays tube. This was the classical type of monitor which were used in the 4th generation computers. These monitors are big in size and consume more powers. As you all know, this consumes more power and it is big in size. Now let us learn the next type of monitor in the next slide. The next type of monitor is liquid crystal display monitor, that is LCD. They are monitors with a flat screen that consumes less power. As you all know, these are called LCD monitors. Why? Because these are small in size and flat screen that consumes a less power. So this is called LCD monitors. You can see in the picture given on the screen. It looks like this. Now let us go to the next slide to learn next type of monitor. The next type of monitor is LED, light emitting diode. These monitors have better display. They are thinner and lighter in weight. LED monitors use 40% of less power than LCD and last longer. These monitors are in maximum use nowadays. Nowadays we all can see all the computers comes with LED monitors, which consumes the less power and which has a better display quality. So this is the third type of monitor, which is called LED. Now let us learn the next part of computer from next slide. The next main part of computer is CPU, Central Processing Unit. It is the brain of the computer that processes all the instruction given to the computer. As you all know, children, this is CPU. You can see in the screen shown on the screen. It does all the calculation and displays the result on the monitor. Whatever the processing happens, that happens in CPU itself. It also stores lot of information. As you all know, children, CPU is the brain of computer. It is also called as brain of computer, where the processing will happen. Once the processing will happen, it will give the result to the output devices. CPU is the device where we can also store our information. So let us learn more about the CPU. CPU consists of three parts. You all can see the block diagram of CPU here. CPU basically consists of three main parts. In that, first one is ALU, second one is CU, that is called control unit, and third one is a main memory. When we give input to a CPU computer from the input devices like keyboard and mouse, it will reaches to CPU. There the processing will happen and it will give the result from CPU to the output units accordingly. So this is the block diagram of computer which shows the different units of CPU. Let us know how does those different units work from next slide. There are three different units in CPU which are called components of CPU. You all had seen in the previous block diagram, there were three units. In that, first unit was ALU, which is called arithmetic and logic unit. What does it do? It performs all arithmetical calculation such as addition, multiplication, and makes all logical decisions. So this is very important unit of CPU, where all the arithmetical calculations such as addition and multiplication will happen, and it also makes a logical decisions. So it is very important unit of CPU. Now next unit of CPU is control unit. It directs the different parts of the computer to carry out instructions. It controls communication and coordination between input and output devices. Yes, as the name called control units, it controls the entire operation. The coordination between the different kind of devices will be done with the help of control unit. Now there is a third unit from CPU, that is called memory unit. If you are storing your data into computer, that data will be stored in memory unit. Memory unit basically stores data and instruction and then process on the data. Now let us go to the next slide. The next part of computer is mouse. Yes. It looks like a rat. You all can see in the given picture. Mouse looks like rat. Mouse is a pointing device. As you all know, we use mouse to point the objects. It is connected to the CPU by a cable. Yes, it is true. The mouse is basically connected with a cable with the help to CPU. A mouse usually has 2 buttons on it. Yes, you all know. As you learnt in the previous class, mouse consists of main 2 buttons with 1 scroll button. Which are those buttons? Left button and right button. There are 2 buttons in mouse along with 1 scroll wheel. In between there is a small wheel which is called scroll wheel, and there is left button at the left side and there is right button at the right side. When we move a mouse with a hand, a pointer on the screen moves in the same direction. You all have operated mouse. As you move the mouse in different directions, it moves accordingly on the screen. It also helps to draw pictures. Yes, you all have worked on paint programming. There we used mouse to draw different kind of pictures. Nowadays the mouse commonly used mouse is one that has scroll wheel in the center of 2 buttons. Yes, it is true. This is a kind of mouse which is called optical mouse, which is having a laser light. So this is kind of a mouse which we learned, which is important part of our computer. Now let us go to the next slide to learn next concept from this lesson. There is one more objective from this lesson which we are going to learn now. That is, what makes computer powerful? Yes. There are some features which makes computer more powerful. Which are those features which makes computer more powerful? You all can see in your textbook, page number 11, it is given. In that first one feature is speed. A computer works very fast and can do large number of calculations. As you all know, children, a calculation can be done in computer. So when we do a calculation, even if it is a large number calculation, that can be done very quickly in computer. So that is the special feature of computer which makes computer more powerful, that is speed. Now second one is reliability, the very important feature that makes computer more powerful. Computers are quite reliable. They do not make any mistake. Yes. So computers are more reliable, we can say, which doesn't make more mistakes, and these are quite reliable. Now let us learn the next feature which makes computer more powerful, that is storage. We can store a huge amount of data in computer. A computer can store large amount of data which can be used anytime. Once it is stored in computer, it can be used anytime. Unless we delete that data, it is not going to lose. So next feature of computer is versatility. Yes, as you all know, computer is very versatile. A computer can perform varieties of tasks and it is used almost in all the fields. Yes. As you learnt in previous slides, computers are used almost everywhere, like banks, hospitals, schools, home, etc. So that is the versatility of computer. which can perform a varieties of work. It can do a calculation as well as it can type a text. Even we can play games on computer. We can watch movies, we can listen music. So there are different kind of features that makes computer more versatile. Now let us learn the next feature which makes computer more powerful, that is accuracy. A computer always gives correct result. Yes. So as you all know children, computer never do a mistake. If the input is given wrong by user, computer cannot do anything. Whatever the input is given by user, accordingly it will give the result. It does not make any mistake. Mistakes are normally done from user side. Yes, it is true. If we do a mistake being user, computer is going to give a result accordingly. So that feature makes computer more powerful. That is called accuracy. Now, diligence. A computer can work for long hours without getting tired. Yes. We are human. As we work for a long hours, we start feeling bored. We need some rest in between. But when it comes in terms of computer doesn't need any rest. Without doing rest, it can work for long hours. That is called diligence. Now let us learn the next feature of computer that makes computer more powerful. That is multitasking. Computer can do many things at the same time. That is called multitasking. Yes, computer is a multitasking device. Now let us learn some disadvantages of computer with the next slide. Disadvantages of computer. The first disadvantage of computer is intelligent quotient. Computer has zero IQ. A computer does not have any IQ or its own intelligence. As we all human having our own IQ, that is called intelligence. But in terms of computer, we can say that computer is having no IQ. By mistake, if you enter incorrect input, it is not going to correct itself as us. It will give wrong result. It is purely dependent upon humans' brain or IQ, we can say. The next one is health. Yes, working for long hours can affect your eyesight. It can also become a cause of obesity in people. Yeah, it is very true. If you work for a long hours on computer, somewhere it is going to affect on your health. Now next one is electricity. A computer depends on electricity and cannot work for a long time without it. Yes, if there is no power, if there is no electricity, computer cannot work. So that is the disadvantage of computer. The fourth one is costly. Computers are very costly. It is a costly device. So these are some disadvantages of computer which we learnt in this lesson. Now let us have a small assignment based on this lesson. I hope you all have understood the objectives of this lesson. Now there is a small assignment to perform. You all have to collect the pictures of different types of computer and name those. This assignment can be done in your fair book. Write the name of the lesson at the top and you can collect the pictures of different types of computer and you can name them. So that will be the assignment. Let us meet in next session. I hope you all have enjoyed this session. Thank you. Have a nice day.